This conference will now be recorded.
So what are the topics we have covered yesterday, guys? Till here you have clear?
Update on
These things we have seen. Okay.
constant index and cardinality.
Okay. Now, today the first topic we are going to see. First one is test configuration parameter. Test configuration parameters. Test configuration parameters. So what is the test configuration parameters means? We are going to pass some values. We are going to pass some values, okay, to the parameters, and we can call that parameters whenever we require. So we are going to give the value to the parameters, and we are going to call that parameters whenever we require this. Okay. So these are used to pass some values to the parameters we are going to pass, and we can call that parameters when required. It is when required. So whenever you require, so you can call these parameters. Okay. Now we have three types here, guys. We have three types of parameters we can able to give it here. First one is you can give it for a header level. Header level, you can give the parameters. Second one, you can able to give folder level. Header level and folder level you can able to give. And the final one is you can give in the test case level also. This test case level you can able to give. These three levels we'll see one by one. So test configuration parameters. Test configuration parameters means we are going to pass some value to the parameter, and we can call that parameter whenever we require. We can call that parameter whenever we require. Okay. We have a syntax for calling the parameter. We have a syntax for calling that parameter. Yes, we have a syntax for calling the parameter. Whenever you want to use the parameter, okay, whenever you want to call the parameter, you need to start with a flavor bracket. You need to start with a flavor bracket. You need to give CP. Okay, call parameter. You are going to call the parameter. In the bracket, you need to give the parameter. Whatever the parameter is that you need to give the parameter. So, okay. So like this, you need to call it. We'll see the example so that you can understand it clearly how we are going to call this. If you see the example. Okay. Now see here this. I have created a new workspace. So I'm going to create one module. Okay. Now I have a browser here. So I'm taking each and every data from starting this here. I'm taking all the data from starting. This is the page. So I'll go here. I'm going to right click on this. You know this one. We are going to scan this. I'm going to scan the application. Okay. Now I'm going to select this application. I'm going to select on screen. I need this login. So after this, I'm going to finish the screen. I will click on login. Then I need the username and password. Scan screen. Here I am going to select on screen. I am going to keep the email, password, login button. There is more than enough for me. I am going to finish the screen. Again, one more. I am going to scan the screen. I need to log in this. Before that, I will log in once. I'll give the data here. Okay, I will take this logout. The new workspace, just I am creating and keeping this. For the remaining test cases, it will be helpful for us. You can drag and drop direct. Okay. Done with this finish screen. I'm going to close this. Okay. Just I log out and keep it. So this is the screen which I'm having. So you know this. So I have three modules here. Okay. This for the login. This for the I have done the this for the clicking on login. Here I have entered the username and password, and finally I'm going to log out. Okay. Now for this, I need to create the test cases. You know how to create the test cases. I'll come here. I'm going to create one folder. I'm creating the folder. I'll give test case 1. Okay, test case 1 I have done. Okay. So inside this, I'm going to drag this and drop. I'm going to create a test case also inside this. Inside, I'm going to create a test case, basic test case, basic test 1. So I'm going to drag and drop this modules. Demo, I have done it. Next one, like the registration. The final one, all the three are there. So one by one, I'm going to give the value space. I will drag this a bit. Login. Then user registration, I'm going to provide some data. So I'm going to enter the password. I'm going to click on. So this is general thing what you are doing. Just I'm keeping this where you can reuse the same thing in the future case. And log out. I'm going to click on this. Okay, these are test case what I'm having this. These are test case what I'm having. Okay. Now, if you want to copy, see here, I have a test case here. If you want to, you can copy the entire test case also, you can paste in this. And you can use it also. Now see here, simple thing guys. This is a basic test case, what I'm having. First I will run this. I'm going to run this. Just I'm running this. Guys, can you able to hear me? It got disconnected, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here. So I am going to run this basic test case. Okay. So if I'm going to run this, you can able to run this basic test case. Now I think like this. I have one more test case here, guys. One more test case here. I'm copying this. See here, guys. I'm copying this test case. I'm copying. I'm pasting the test case on the folder. It will create one more test case with the same test case 2. So here also have the same thing. Here also we have the same thing. You can able to see it here. Same thing will be there. I have copied and pasted the test case. Okay. Now here, what I need to do it means I need to give a browser for this. I need to give a browser for the open browser or the closed browser. All these things I need to give open browser or the closed browser. These things, and I need to give the URL also. I need to give the test URL also. Okay. So now think like this. I have 3 cases. One more test case also that I'm going to paste it here. Test case. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to paste this one, guys. Okay. Okay. Now my question is, how you are going to give the URL for this case? URL on the browser. How you are going to do it for this? I have 3 test cases where it has to log in and log out. I have 3 test cases. I have a folder. In the folder, I have test case 1, test case 2, test case 3 guys. 3 test cases are there. 3 test cases are there. Now see, I have 3 test cases. Okay. For the 3 test cases, I want to do something like, I want to do application should open. Application should open in Chrome browser. Application should open in Chrome browser for all the 3 test cases. Then I need to give the URL. How many times you need to give it here, guys? How many times you need to give it here? See, I have 3 test cases. So every time you need to give it, right? Yes, sir.
Yes,
No,
sir.
one time is not enough.
Sorry.
Sir, every time we need to give the URL also.
That I'm asking you guys. Till now you have tried, right?
No,
I
sir.
have 3 test cases. Okay?
We
I have 3 test cases.
we give the one time itself enough, sir.
URL.
Yeah.
For every test case you need to give. Till now I have teached you like this. You are going to right click here. There is a business configuration, the test configuration parameter. For every test case, you need to give the Chrome browser separately. Every test case, you need to give the URL separately. URL separately. Every time you need to give.
Okay, sir.
Now see here.
Okay, sir.
Now see here. Yeah. Just understand what I'm saying is. So I have test case 1. For the test case 1 also, I need to give here this information has to give. I have test case 2. For test case 2 also, again we need to give this. Again I need to give this. So I need to give something like open the Chrome browser. Again I need to add a test step like test step. Anyhow you are going to add it, and you need to give the open URL. You need to give it for everything. You need to give it, yes. So I don't want to give like this. I want to give in a single step. I don't want to give again and again. I don't want to give again and again. I can able to, if I can able to give in a single step. So at that time, you can use something like test configuration parameter. Test configuration parameter. Now see here, I'm going to use this test configuration parameter. Okay. Normally, what is the use of the test configuration parameter means we are going to pass some value to the parameter, and we can call the parameter whenever you require. Whenever you require. We have three types of parameter. First one is, I told you all, header level. Header means this is the header. Test cases is the header. This is the header, right? This is the first one. This is the header. Header means this. Okay. Next one, folder level means test case one. See, under test cases we have one folder. If these are the folder, these are the folder level. Folder level. Test case level means in this is the test case level. So I can able to pass the parameters, or I can able to create the parameters using for like this one is the header level, or folder level, or test case level. We can see one by one example. You can understand the question case what I told here. You don't want to give again and again the open URL, open the like Chrome browser. One time if you are going to give it for the entire project, will open all the test cases in the same. So if one time I'm going to give it a Chrome browser, for the entire project they will use the Chrome browser. Okay. And if I'm going to use the URL, same URL they are going to use it. Same URL they are going to use it. Okay. Now see here how we are going to do it. Okay. Now see here. I'll go here. I'm going to right click on the test case. I'm giving the header level. This is the header level. I'm going to right click on this. Okay. I'm going to right click on this case. Right click on the folder or the header. Okay. So if I'm going to create at the header level, it will be there for entire workspace case. Entire workspace, whatever the workspace is here. I have created a workspace, whatever the folders, whatever the test cases. If I'm going to pass the parameter or create the parameter at the header level, if I'm going to do at the header level, okay, we can use this for the entire workspace. For the entire workspace, we can able to use it. Okay. Now see here, I'll go here. I'm going to right click. I'll click on this. There is something like create test configuration parameter. You can see that there is something create test configuration parameter. I am going to click on this piece. It will open like this. So for the entire test cases I am creating here. For the entire test cases I am creating here. Okay. Now I will give it here. I'll go here. Here I am going to give the browser. I'll give Chrome browser. So one is done. One is done. So browser, Chrome browser. Next one is. Next one. Next one. Next one. I'm going to give the URL. Yes, URL. I'm going to use the URL. Okay. URL I'm going to give this. So click on this. Create test configuration parameters. Okay. Here I am going to use something like URL. I am typing this URL. Caps U I have mentioned. Same you need to use it. Or small also you can use it. But the same name you need to use that. Caps U and RL I have mentioned. I am going to copy this URL. I am going to copy this URL. So I am going to give the URL here. So I have created some parameters here. Some parameters here. Okay. Now see here guys. How I have created. I will go to the test cases. I'm going to right click here. So down, if you are going to click here, create. We have something called test configuration parameters. You are going to create it. Okay, done with this. Now, next one is I want to execute this or something. Now, go to the basic first test case. I will go first test case. So here, you know this. I have given browser. Browser I have given. Okay. Next one is I did not mention the URL step here. Guys. URL step. URL step I did not mention. So I am going to add one URL here. See here, guys. I am going to add a URL. You know this search and add step. Okay. So it's a open URL. So it will open like this. So that is one URL step. URL step. Starting it has to open the URL. First step. Okay. Till now I did not give the URL, guys. See here. I did not give the URL. So, but I have saved the URL in the test configuration parameters. You know this test configuration parameters. In the test configuration, I have given URL. URL is this. So I can use this name. 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 This is the value and this is the parameter. Whenever I want, I can call this parameter. Again, I am saying this. Already I have given the URL here in the under the modules. Sorry, under the test cases. We have something called header. There is a test case. Test case header level. I have given something like URL, that is the parameter, and the value for this parameter. Value for this parameter. So we are passing some values to the parameter, and we'll call that parameter when required. So I am going to call this whenever this URL is required. I am going to call this. Now, previously I told you here, whenever you are going to call this, you are going to call the parameter like this. Like this, you are going to call the parameter. So I have created one parameter like URL equal to, I have given this. So this is the value. This is the value and this is the parameter. Whenever you want to call this, now, you need to call with a bracket like this, square bracket. After this, you have something like CP, configuration parameter, and you are going to give the square brackets. Here you can give URL. So whenever you are going to give, it will take this value. Whenever you are going to give like this, it will take this value. Or if you are not going to give like this, you can give this value also directly. You can give this value also directly if you want. Okay, it will take this value. Or if you are going to give this value, it is going to take the value here. So you are going to give the value like this. Configuration parameter URL. Now I will go here. Here, go to the URL. See here, I am going to give the bracket, configuration parameter, square bracket. It will show that already browser is there. Which browser you need to use already we have mentioned. Then we are going to use the URL. So I am going to close this. It will show like this. It will show like configuration parameters URL. Now I am going to execute this test case. I am going to execute this only first test case. I am going to execute. I am going to run in Scratch. Okay, done with this. We have two screens, so we are getting there. Again, I will execute this. You can see the final one could not find it. So log out with the following properties. Okay. Now I will execute again. We'll see it case once. What will happen? So just you can able to pass the configuration parameter. Test configuration parameter. Okay, done with this. Now see here, first test case is done. For all the test cases, you did not give any configuration parameter, but here in the module level you have given all the test cases will have the same configuration parameters. Now see here, I'll go to the basic test case 1. Test configuration, you will get this. Test case 2, you will get this. Test case 3, you will get this. Why means I have given this in the test cases. Here only I have given. Here only I have given the test cases. That is like in the module level I have given. In the header level, I can say. The header level I have given this. So this one is clear, guys. Can you go for the next one? Yes or no? Guys,
Sir.
Yes.
Yes,
you
sir.
are clear with this, right? Yeah. At the test case level, I have given this. Test case level, I have given this. Now I will use the test like here, folder level. Test cases level I have given. Now I will give the this is a folder level. Folder level. In the folder level also you can create the test configuration parameters. Here also you can able to create it. Okay. Folder level means you can only use for that folder what we have created. If I am going to create here, you can use only for this folder. If I have other folder, we cannot able to do it. See here, guys. I am going to copy this folder. I am going to paste it. You can copy and paste a lot of test cases, guys. See here, test case 2. So again, I am going to paste it here. See, I have 3 test cases. Now see here, boss. If I see any test case, you can see here, same configuration parameters are there. Because why means I have created configuration parameters under the header. So under this, whatever the subfolders are there, everyone will have the same details. Now see here, if I click on this, because if it is going to highlight now, see, if I click on this, here only I have created, so it will get highlighted. Remain there, it will not get highlighted this. It will show like this. So because we have created some test configuration parameter at the higher level, that is the test case level. Now I am going to create for the folder level. So this is a folder. I am going to create it. I am going to right click. I am going to right click. I'll go here. Create configuration parameters. Now I am creating at the folder level. Folder level means it will use only for that folder which we have created. If it is a header level means you can able to use it for the entire workspace. Header level means you can use the configuration parameters for the entire workspace. If it is a folder level means only for the particular folder we can able to use it. I'm going to clear this. Now I'm going to say something like email, login email. I'm going to give it here. Yes, I'll give something like my email ID. Email ID I have. Okay. Now again I'm going to create one more case. One more configuration parameter for the password. Okay. Password. I'll keep this as a string only. I don't want to go again like to change it. It's a string only. I'll give the password as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay. So I have created. So my doubt is why these both are highlighted here when I select this test case. Why remaining things are not highlighted? This. Why email and password is highlighted? Why browser and URL is not highlighted?
Browser and URL for header level only.
Yes.
Email password is
Very
for
good.
folder level.
Yes, yes. So if I click on this test cases header level, see it will show only two. Only two. Why it is not going to show? Why it is not going to show the email and password, guys? Because it is not to the header level. It is only to the folder level. Okay. See if I click on other folder, see test case 2, I'm going to click on. It is not there, right? Yes or no? Only for that folder only. It is only for that folder only. This is only for the folder level. Okay. Now I will go to the test case. I will change the email and password. I will change the email and password. I will go to the test case. This is the basic test case. Okay. Now any test case. And one more thing, guys. I have here, see here, guys. First we will speak like this. This is the main test case folder. Okay, main test case folder or the header folder. In this we have something like subfolders, test case 1, test case 2, test case 3. Subfolders. Okay. In this test case folder, test case 1, I have 3 test cases. 3 test cases. All the 3 test cases can able to use this what you have created in the test case 1 folder. Test case 1 folder, by using the test case 1 folder, I have created some test configuration parameters. All the test cases can use. Test case 1 can use, test case 2 can use, test case 3 can use. Correct or not, please? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You are getting or not this?
Sir, repeat one thing.
Okay, okay. Now see here. If you are getting confused, now I will change these names also. I will mention something like, I will change the name this. TC underscore folder 1. I'll give the same names. Okay. Now see here. Now you have seen here header. Okay. We have a header here. Under header, I have created the browser. Browser you have created, and second one you have created something like URL. Okay. After this, I have a folder. In the folder, I have created email, password. Okay. Now in the folder, I have a test cases case. I have a test cases. Test case 1. Okay, in the folder. I have test case 2. I have test case 3. Now my question is, for this test case, what are the test parameters, test configuration parameters I can access this? What are the test configuration parameters I can access? In the folder one, I am saying. In the folder one.
Email and password.
What about this browser and URL? Can I have the access?
Have access, sir.
Yes. For this one also, for test case 1 also, test case 1, test case 2, and test case 3. Test case 3 will have access. Here we have access for the browser, and we have access for the URL, and you have access for the email
password.
Password. Same all the 3 test cases. All the 3 test cases will have access for this. You can understand this point or not? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Header.
Yes, sir.
It's a header level. I have created this in a header level. Okay. I have created this in a folder level. Okay. Next one is here. This is a folder 1. I can say folder 1. Next one is, okay. See here. Okay. Now see here. I can mention other folder 2 is there. Folder 2 is there. Folder 2 is here. Okay. Folder 2 also, I have the test cases TC1. I have a test case TC2. I have a test case TC3. So now my question is, what are the configuration parameters can be accessed here? What are the configuration parameters? Configuration parameters here means browser, URL, email ID, and password. What are the configuration parameters can the folder 2 will access?
Browser and URL.
Only URL, sir.
Very good, very good. So we have only something like browser, URL. All these things we have only like browser. URL. Okay, done with this. Next one is, I have something like a test case level. Test case level. Okay, test case level base. We can use only for the test case. We can use only for this test case. Now see here. I have a test case TC1. in the test case, I am going to create email one again. I'm saying is password one. Just I'm giving the one. Okay. In the folder, I'm going to give this folder name as folder 2. In the folder 2, for the one test case I have created. Now TC2 is there. Test case 3 is there, guys. I have created configuration parameters case. For this one, configuration parameters, I can say TCP I have created TCP for this test case. Now guys, now if I'm going to create test configuration parameters for this data, I don't have the access to test case 2 and test case 3. Getting or not, guys? It is only accessible with the test case 1 only. You don't have access to the test case 2 and test case 3. Clear is what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if it is a folder level means, again I'm saying it. First it's a header level. Header level means entire workspace. You have the access. If it is a folder level means only for the particular test case folder. If it is a test case level means only for the particular test case. Now we'll go here. We'll do it practically how it is. Okay. Now previously, you know this test case 1. I have created these two things. So this is something like folder level. This is the test cases which are like header level. So header level we have created. So this will be common for all the folders. Header level. But when I'm going to create in a folder, it is only for a particular folder. If I'm going to open this folder, all the test cases you can execute with this. See here, all the test cases will use this because I have created for this folder. So every test case will have the access. And this test case will have the access. They can able to execute. Okay. Now I want to change this. I'll go to the basic test case. Okay. I'll go to the basic test case. In the steps. Okay. In the steps, I'll go to the. Here I need to change it. Guys. Here I need to change it. So I need to use the bracket. Configuration parameter bracket. So I need to give the email. So it is, I am asking to enter the email which is given in the configuration parameters. Okay. Password also I need to enter. I'm going to keep it as a string. CP bracket configuration parameter in the bracket. I'm going to give it as password. Now see here, this test case will take this. So only for this test case I have given basic test case 1 I have given. Remaining test case I did not give it. If you want, we can use it. We can use only for this test case I have taken. So I'm going to execute this. Guys, getting the idea what is the test configuration parameter, what is the header level, what is the folder level, and what is the test case level?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We are done with this now. We'll see the other topic, reusable test plots. Okay. Now it's done. It's done. Okay. We'll see here. Maybe like both the browsers have been open, but login everything is done. Okay. Now see here, guys. Done with this. Now I need to do it for the test case level. So I have done in the header level. I have done in the folder level. I want to do in test case level. I'll open this test case folder. In the test case folder, okay. So I need to do some modifications. Guys. I need to do some modifications. Okay, I will go here. Okay, I'll go here. Right click. See here. This is a test configuration parameter. This is a test configuration parameter. For this test case, I want to give other mail ID. I want to give some other mail IDs. Other mail IDs I want to give also. You can able to give it. If you want to give any other mail IDs also, you can able to give it. Okay. Now see here, I'm going to create this. Okay. So here, I'm going to create, I'll mention something like email. Okay. Email one or whatever the thing separately also you can give it for this. Okay. Or email one or same email also. So I have taken the second test case. So here I can give any other mail ID also. This is only for the particular test case. Only for the particular test case. Okay. I'm going to give the password. Right click, create the test configuration parameter, password. Just I have given. Now you can see this. This is only for a test case level. See, other test case it is not showing. Only for the basic test case 2 only it is showing this. For the other test case it is not showing because we have created only at the test case level. It is valid till only for the test case. Clear guys? Can we go for the other one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If
Yes,
you want,
sir.
you can execute this. Yeah. Now clear. Next one is. Next one. We'll go for something like reusable test cases, please. Or reusable test blocks. Reusable test blocks. Okay. What is reusable test box means? Support, like suppose we are using same steps repeatedly in every scenario. So we have some same steps in every scenario. We are going to create it as reusable. We are going to reuse whenever we want this, whenever we want. Think like this. For every time you need to open like URL. Every test case you need to open URL base. See, I have a test case. Think like this. I have a test case here. Test case 1. Okay. Test case 1. What are the steps in test case? Means first one, I need to open URL. First step. Second one, I need to click on login. Second step. And third step, I need to log in. I am going to enter the login credentials. Fourth one, I need to add to cart. Fifth one, log out. Okay. Next one. I have something like test case 2. Okay. I have the same steps. I don't want to add to the cart. Okay. Next one, I have test case 3. Add to the cart, or I can say after this, enter billing address. So sometimes you have some steps which will repeat again. Yes, we have some steps repeat again. See here, always open URL, login, like click on login, credentials, login. Some are like repeating continuous. Think like this. If you are repeating these 2 steps, I'll make these 2 steps as reusable test blocks. Reusable test blocks. I can use it whenever I want. So these are same steps are repeated in the scenario continuously. We can create a reusable test blocks with those steps and drag and drop when required. When required, you can drag and drop this. When required, you can drag and drop. We can reuse that. Getting guys what I am saying? Getting guys? Yes, no? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Just we are going to reuse the steps, guys. We are going to reuse the steps. Okay. Now see here. Whenever you are going to use reusable test blocks, whenever you are going to use reusable test blocks, we are going to use something called library. Library. So library will keep the reusable test blocks. Library will keep the reusable test blocks. Okay. We are going to create a library folder. We are going to create a library folder and keep reusable test blocks. Test blocks. Okay. Now we can create library only one time for the folder case. When we are creating the library also, okay, only once we can create the library for a folder. Only once we can create library. Create library. Only once only we can able to create library. Now see here guys, how it will be. I'll go here. I'll take test case folder 3 is that I'll take one from here guys. Okay. Now I'm going to right click on this. See here guys, I'm going to right click on this. Okay. You can see the symbol L there. This is the library case. This is the library. Okay. I'm going to create a library. Okay. Library is going to create it. Okay. Now, in this library, I am going to keep these two steps, URL and this one guys. Both I am going to keep it guys. Just a moment guys. I'll copy this first steps from here. Just I'm copying this. I'm pasting in the library. It is not allowing to paste. Just give it. I'm going to drag the library to the top. Okay. I have kept to open URL here. Then after this, open URL. One more test step we require this. Just a moment guys. Okay, this one we require. Just I'm taking first two things guys. I'm going to delete this page. Okay. Now see here. I have created one library here guys. I have created one library. Okay. Inside the library, I have kept something like open URL. This one I can give any name here guys. This one I can give any name. Or just I'm going to repeat it once. You can see it once guys. I will delete this. After creating the library, you can right click on the library guys. You can see something here. Create reusable test block. Create reusable test block. Again, I'm saying guys, what I have done it means I have created one library here. I have created one library. Okay. In this test case 3, that TC folder 3, I have created one library. After creating the library, if I'm going to right click here also, it will not show library guys. Only once you can create for a folder. Only once only you can create library for a folder. Or I can go to the test case folder 2. If I'm going to right click here, it will show the library. Getting this what I'm saying? See, I have created a library folder for the TC folder 3. If I right click again, it will not show the library. But TC folder 2, I did not create any library, it will show it guys. Till here, clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I want to create a reusable test block. So I'll go to the library, right click here. I'm going to click on this. This is a reusable test block. So I can give any name for this. I can give any name, or like the same name I'm going to keep it. New reusable text block. Or we can give something like URL. First it is going to enter the URL and login. We are going to keep these two things. Just for the reference I'm giving this. Okay. I have given. Okay. Under the library, there is a reusable text block. Under the library, there is a reusable text block. Okay. Now, what I am going to do, it means this test case, nothing is there in the test case I have deleted previously. So I'll take the test case, this test case, basic test case 2. From this, I'm going to take this one I'm going to take it, demo web shop, I'm going to take it. And I don't have the URL also, I'm going to create one URL for this case. So what I can do, it means, first I'm going to create a URL for this. I don't have the URL for this. I'm going to create a URL. I will delete this test case also, guys. First test case is not required. Okay, I'll go to the second one. Here I don't have the URL. I'm going to create the test tab. For this URL, open URL. Okay, I'm going to give that URL what we have saved there in these brackets. Configuration parameter. So URL. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay. So this URL I'm going to keep in the starting. Okay. Now I want to take open URL and demo web shop. I want to place it in this URL and login. This is a reusable text block. This is a reusable text block. I want to keep it there. I want to keep it. See here. This is a test case. In a test case, you can see like this. In a test case, I want to minimize this also. In a test case, I have 4 steps. Open URL, demo web shop login, and here demo web 1. In the next test case also you have same thing. Okay, here also I don't have the open URL also I don't have. Open URL also I don't have. Okay, now what I am going to do, it means I will take this open URL and demo web shop. I am going to keep it in the reusable text block. I am going to keep it in the reusable text block. So this one and this one, just I am going to copy it from here. I am going to paste this. Okay, now it is created here. See here, open URL demo, it's created here. Now I can remove this also. It's not required here. Why means we can call whenever we want. In this also, this first step is not required. Now see here, first you need to understand only one thing here. I have created one library. In the library, I have created something called reusable text block. In that reusable text block, I have kept 2 things: open URL and demo website. These things I have kept it here. For the test case 2, in the test case 2 also, I have only login here, and finally I have something called logout. This is the logout one. So login means it is going to enter the credentials. It is going to enter the credentials here. See here, it is going to enter the credentials. It is going to click. Finally, this one is, it's a logout. Only these 2 we have. But if you are going to use this reusable text block now, it is going to open the browser. What is the reusable text block will do here? It is going to open the URL and it is going to click on this. See here, you can able to see here. It is going to open the URL and finally it is going to click on login. Okay, now I want to use this. Means what you need to do, it means you need to drag and drop this. You need to drag and drop whenever you want this. See here, I'm going to drag this. I'm going to leave it here. So wherever you want, you can drag it and drop it. So how many steps are there? You can keep it, you can drag and drop. See here, I have drag and drop. It is going to create URL and login reference for this test case. Next test case also I am going to drag and drop here. So it is going to create here. I am going to keep it here, guys. You people are getting or not? That is one thing I require.
Sir, getting, sir.
Now if I am going to execute this test case, it will enter the URL, it will log in, all the things will happen. We have some test cases where 5 to 6 steps are there, which are reusable. At that time, we are going to create these reusable test blocks using libraries. See here, it is opening the browser. It has to click on login. So this is the common step. Remaining steps, it will do it. Remaining are the test case steps. Logout is also common. If you want, you can keep logout also. Okay. Now, so these are the test cases. Okay. Again, understand. For the test case folder 3, I have created one library. In the library, I have created something called reusable test blocks. In the reusable test blocks, I have kept some test steps which are reusable, or test steps which are reusable for all the test cases. Okay, every time it is going to keep it here, so that first this 2 will execute. That reference I have called. Whenever you want, you are going to drag and drop here. Don't copy paste, drag and drop this one, because it is going to create a reference. Okay, then after this step, it is going to execute the remaining things. Getting or not, guys?
Getting, sir.
I am going to stop recording.